Question number 11 is what happened when the wandering star began to move away from the sun? And the answer is when the wandering star began to move away from the sun, its tidal pull became so powerful that the mountain of gaseous matter was torn to pieces. These pieces were scattered in the space. These pieces are called planets. Question number 12 is what are planets and how did they come into existence? And the answer is the wandering star pulled some matter from the surface of the sun. If scattered in the space, the small pieces of this matter become planets. Question number 13 is what happened to the heat of planets? And the answer is the heat of the planets cooled down gradually. Some of the planets had very little heat of their own in them. Question number 14 is why is there no life on the sun and other stars? Answer is life is not possible on the sun and the other stars. Life needs some suitable conditions. These are present there. Question number 15 is why do the planets get their warmth or how do the cooling pieces get warmth? And the answer is most of the planets do not have their own warmth. They get their warmth from the radiation of the sun. Question number 16 is how was life born on the earth? And the answer is one of the cooling pieces of the sun gave birth to life. First of all, simple organisms were produced. Lastly, human beings were born. So 17 is what we feel when we try to discover the nature and purpose of the universe. And answer is when we try to discover the purpose of the universe, a feeling is something like fear. Question number 18 is what is our first feeling? And the answer is our first feeling is fear. We are frightened of this universe because of its vastness, immense a distance stretches of time, littleness of our home in space, and having no sign of earthly life. Question number 19 is how much or little is our home in space? The answer is our home in space is very little. It is a million part of grain of sand out of all the sea sand in the world. You can imagine the littleness of our earth in space from this example. Question number 20 is in which beds is life possible? And the answer is life can exist only in some suitable physical conditions. The most important of them is temperature. Therefore, life is possible only in those beds where temperature is neither too hot nor too cold. Question number 21 is what suitable physical conditions are needed for life? And the answer is suitable physical conditions are needed for the existence of life. The most important condition is temperature. Moderate temperature can maintain life. Question number 22 is what would happen to life outside these belts? Answer is outside these belts, life is not possible. It would be melted or frozen due to heat or coldness. Question number 23 is what is the possibility of life in the universe? And the answer is out of 1 lakh stars, only one star has the possibility for the existence of life in the universe. The conditions on the other stars and planets are not suitable for existence of life. Question number 24 is what is Milky Way? And the answer is some stars shine in the sky in a typical cluster. This arrangement of cluster is the Milky Way. Question number 25 is have planets heat of their own? And the answer is no, planets have very little heat of their own. Their warmth coming almost entirely from the radiation of sun. Question number 26 is what is absolute zero? And the answer is absolute zero is the lowest possible temperature, the temperature at which hypothetically all molecular motion ceases, equal to 0 degrees K and equivalent to minus 273.16 degrees Celsius or minus 459.69 degrees Celsius. Question number 27 is how simple were the organisms in the beginning? And the answer is in the beginning organisms were very simple whose living power consisted chiefly in their being able to reproduce themselves before dying. Question number 28 is there hot or cold beyond the Milky Way? And the answer is beyond the Milky Way there are great stretches of space. All these stretches are extremely cold and still. Question number 29 is why can life exist in narrow belt surrounding? Answer is life can be possible in narrow belts at a certain distance because this temperature remains moderate here. It is neither too hot nor too cold. Question number 30 is what is temperature belts? And the answer is this is an in-between space between the stars. The belts get moderate temperature. The stars throw heat. The space is cooling. The temperature remains normal. These are temperature belts. 31 is why do the stars not strike to one another? And the answer is the stars do not collide with one another because they have millions of mile distance between them. Question number 32 is how simple were the organisms in the beginning? And the answer is in the beginning, organisms were very simple, whose living power consisted chiefly in their being able to reproduce, reproduce themselves before dying. Question number 33 is what does James Jeans mean by collection of fires? And the answer is James Jeans think of stars as a collection of fires scattered through space. These are all questions of chapter 1. Thanks for watching.